You just heard the Prime Minister take on the Congress. Once again, level allegations of appeasement politics being adopted by the Congress. And here's a response that's now coming from top leaders of the Congress. This is Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, who's hit back at the Prime Minister. He says, and I quote, they are enemies of Baba Saheb. They never supported Ambedkar. When Baba Saheb was alive, they did not support him. When he adopted Buddhism, they said that Buddhists had become untouchables. Who are these people to make these kind of statements? And this argument has been furthered by Priyank Kharge, his son and senior Congress leader in Karnataka, says they do not understand the constitution. I think the problem is with the BJP. The problem with the BJP is that they want to read the constitution properly, don't want to read the constitution properly, and any commission which seeks to empower SC, ST and backward, the BJP is going to oppose it. So two strong reactions coming in from leaders of the Congress party. Listen in.
रिजर्वेशन है ये तमिलनाडु में मोर देन 50% उन्होंने किया और उन्होंने ये 9th शेड्यूल में डाला। इसके वजह से वहां रिजर्वेशन सेफ है, कोई कोर्ट नहीं जा सकता, कोई ये नहीं। तो वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश अनुसार और इसके पहले भी संविधान में जो अमेंडमेंट हुआ है, इसका बहुत बड़ा फायदा वहां मिल रहा है। लेकिन दूसरे स्टेटों में मोर देन 50% के लिए बैन है, करते नहीं। और मोदी भी बात करते हैं मोदी जी, लेकिन वो इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं करते।
I think the problem is with Mr. C.T. Ravi and the BJP is they don't understand the constitution, nor do they want to read the constitution properly. And very clearly, whether it is any commission that seeks to empower the SCs, STs, backwards, Adivasis and socially backward people, BJP has a problem with it. Actually, today is a very good day. Today is Baba Saheb Ambedkar's Jayanti. Narendra Modi ji should declare that, like the government of Karnataka, we will also allocate budget based on the population of the SC, STs. Will they do it?
I want to go across to Harish Upadhyay, who joins us with more details. You know, Harish, we'll try and dissect what the back and forth between the Prime Minister and Mallikarjun Kharge means. But for now, to establish the story in detail for our viewers, let's try and understand what the recommendations of the Backward Classes Commission has been and why it's stoked this massive controversy. Tell us about the recommendations of 8% reservation for Muslims and 51% reservations for OBCs. That's not just upset communities like Vokaliga and Lingayat, but is also potentially likely to create a divide within the Siddaramaiah cabinet.
Well, absolutely. If you look at the recommendation by this Backward Classes Commission, it's suggesting that the overall reservation for OBCs be taken up to 52%, 51% from 32%. This includes a hike in reservation for Muslims from existing 4% to 8% under category B. And if you take into account the existing reservation for SCs and STs, which is around 24%, and you add the EWS quota, that reservation in Karnataka will then go up to 85%, a little over 85%. Now, there are question marks on whether this is possible at all. You have Mallikarjun Kharge referring to Tamil Nadu's case. But remember, that decision is included in Schedule 9 of the Constitution. Can that be done in Karnataka? Will the union government go ahead and accommodate that decision of the Karnataka government under Schedule 9? That's something we'll have to see. Politically, perhaps the BJP wouldn't want to do it. On the other hand, even before Karnataka government even thinks about implementing this report, they will have to deal with the kind of objections coming in from within their government, within their own cabinet. There was always a fear that the caste census would throw out numbers that will indicate that the Lingayats and the Vokaligas, who are the dominant communities, at least so far, they claim to be dominant communities. Those numbers wouldn't suggest that. If you look at the numbers now, it's the SCSTs with 25% who are the biggest cluster. Then you have the Muslims, according to this census, they are at 18%. Then come the Vokaligas and the Lingayats. So perhaps these leaders would be worried that if this census is accepted and if policies start getting drafted based on these numbers, then their political clout would go down. So there is serious objections. In fact, You have leaders like Ishwar Khandre, who spoke to us this last week after that cabinet meeting, saying that the community has certain reservations, and I would go ahead and express that in the cabinet meet and ensure that the interest of the community is not compromised. So within the cabinet, there will be a lot of opposition. In fact, whether it's the Lingayats or the Vakaligas, we've seen both of them coming out and saying that this is not a scientific survey.
Oh, yes. And isn't the BJP backing that argument as well, Harish? And that also pretty much stems from concerns that Lingayats form the core vote bank of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Not to forget how the Chief Minister amidst all of this has dismissed these claims of the survey being unscientific. So there are reactions not just coming from different Congress leaders, perhaps who enjoy the backing of Vocaligas like DK Shivkumar, the Deputy Chief Minister, but the Bharatiya Janata Party as well. And I believe they're going to be holding a detailed meeting to plan how they're going to be taking this forward today.
Absolutely, Christine. In fact, even as we speak, that meeting is currently on at the BJP's office in Bengaluru. And they are planning a protest. The BJP understands that they need to back the Lingayats, who are their core vote bank. The Lingayats are miffed with this reservations, this caste census, because they're not shown as the dominant caste in Karnataka. In fact, many within the government saying that the numbers shown for Lingayats is much lesser than what they actually are. There have been discrepancies while including people in this survey, and perhaps that's led to this discrepancy number. They're well above a crore is what some are arguing. So you have both sides, the Lingayat leaders across the party spectrum objecting to it, the BJP backing them, the Veerashaiva Mahasabha itself forming a committee under a former IS officer's leadership to fight this. So it's not going to be an easy task for Siddaramaiah government. Now the question is, how would they buy time? Most probably they would form a subcommittee and refer this to that. Or perhaps somebody would go to the court and stall this process. These are two options, or at least possibilities that one can see, even as the cabinet prepares to go into this entire report on the 17th of this month.
Oh yes, and now comes the grave allegation, appeasement allegation by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Interestingly coincides with Ambedkar Jayanti, and he's also brought in the entire 2013 amendments to the Waqf Act in taking on the Congress. Thank you so much, Harish, for joining us with all those details.